Ever had someone say, "Oh, she's just shy," or "Why won't he say hello?" As if being reserved around new people is this horrible bad thing. Here's the truth. Being shy isn't a problem. It's actually an important safety skill. Before we get into why we shouldn't force kids to be outgoing, like this video and subscribe to help more adults understand this crucial part of child development. When I was a kid, a young child, there was a program that came to my school called Stranger Danger. And this program scared the life out of me. It was not good. It was way too intense for the age that I was and the age that the rest of the students in the school were. It was not a good program. I do not recommend it, and it seems to have since kind of gone away. But that program instilled this intense fear in me of anyone who I did not know really well. And that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just that average shyness. It's not that something happened. It's not that the child is horrified that something terrible is going to happen. It really is just that they are shy. They don't feel like interacting much with new people. And I see this all the time in my practice as a therapist. There are kids who come in for their first time and they'll be hesitant to meet me, and their parent tells them that they need to meet me and that they need to just trust me right away. And I tell those parents that it's important to me that I earn the child's trust. I need to earn that child's trust, and I need to earn your trust as a parent, because in the grand scheme of things, we don't want children to interact with just any adult who wants to interact with them. So that shyness, I want you to keep that in mind as I'm talking about shyness and kids having difficulty with just being outgoing when they're just meeting someone. Think about that. Do you want your child to just be okay walking up to and interacting with any adult who wants to interact with them? And I would venture to guess the answer is no, you don't want that. Now, I told you a little bit about stranger danger from when I was a young child, but let me tell you that stranger danger isn't just a phrase. It's real. It's something that children really feel. Stranger danger, this thing that happens in children's brains when they are meeting someone new, is a real thing that happens. Kids, as they are meeting someone new, their brain is trying to figure out, is this person a safe person or not a safe person? And most kids are pretty highly attuned to noticing if someone is going to be a safe person or an unsafe person. But the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has actually done some research that found that kids who are naturally hesitant around unfamiliar people have lower risks of being manipulated or taken advantage of. I'll say it again. We don't want kids to just be okay interacting with, trusting, and talking to every adult who wants that interaction with them. Sometimes those people are trying to manipulate the child, and sometimes those people are trying to take advantage of the child. And when children are more hesitant, it's not something that we need to push them through. It's something we need to say, oh, great, they are evaluating if this is going to be safe or not. Shyness doesn't mean a lack of social skills. It means that a child is taking time to assess new situations, and that's actually a sign of strong emotional intelligence. They are using some critical thinking skills to understand this situation, understand what may be appropriate, understand what may be inappropriate, understand what may be safe, understand what may be unsafe, and they are reading all of that. Their brain is processing it all, and their brain is telling them, hold on, hang back a bit until you understand this situation more. That's not a bad thing. On the other hand, the American Psychological Association posted some research that shows that forcing a child to be friendly can backfire. That actually pressuring kids to hug, talk, or interact when they are uncomfortable will increase anxiety in children and can weaken their sense of personal boundaries. Now, I am not one who believes that children should never experience any level of developmentally appropriate anxiety. I definitely think it's an important emotion for kids and all people to feel at times. It is sending signals to us, and it's something we have to learn to tolerate and regulate. So not so much about, oh, it's going to cause them anxiety if you are pressuring them to interact with people, but let's really dive into that weakened sense of personal boundaries. When a child says, I don't want to hug them, or I don't want to talk to them, or I don't want to interact with them in some way, and then they are told they have to, then the message that their brain is picking up on is my body is not my own. The decisions about how I will interact with others are not my own. I just have to listen to other people and what they tell me I have to do in interacting with others. And that is not a healthy thing we want kids to know. So, if you have a child who is showing some shyness and they are just having difficulty interacting with people, breathe easy. Know that it's not typically a sign of something deep down and distressing going on. It's your child's brain evaluating the situation and seeing what's safe and what's unsafe, and a healthy fear of others and a healthy ability to say, no, I don't want to interact with them, can develop some great things in your child. So if you're seeing that behavior, there's some things that you can do. First off, respect a child's hesitancy. There is no need to push them to interact with people if there is no need to interact with them. Yes, sometimes children are going to need to learn to stand in front of a class and give a presentation even though they are feeling uncomfortable. But when they are meeting new people or meeting people who they haven't seen in a long time or just interacting in general, it's okay if they are hesitant in approaching someone. So respect that. Then you can offer some encouragement, but without pressure. You can tell them, remember, this is so-and-so and they really care about you. Or you can tell them that, hey, they're my friend, and so I really think that they're a safe person, but it's okay if you don't want to interact. I just wanted you to know that they're safe to me, without giving that pressure to interact in the way that you think that they should. And then finally, you can model some friendly interactions without demanding participation by the child. You can show them this is a safe person rather than just telling them this is a safe person. And maybe it's that you are giving your mother, their grandmother, a hug. Maybe it's you that you are giving your friend a handshake. Maybe it's you who is laughing with this person and showing your child that this is a safe person, not just telling them, and modeling for them what that healthy, friendly interaction looks like. If this changes the way you see shy kids, like this video and subscribe so we can spread the message that respecting kids' boundaries is just as important as teaching them those social skills.